Hi there, Virgo. It's funny, I just picked your card. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. Whoops. I am here doing decided to do a mid-April reading this month. Because why not? I don't know if I'll feel like doing it next month, but we'll see. I also was thinking that in December I did 2018 overview readings. So it might be fun to go back and sort of revisit that and see how it's playing out or not playing out, or we have a few months under our belt here in 2018, and those are back. You just look back through my videos. It should be easy to find in December. So, and all my information's down below if you want a reading or wonder what cards I'm using. And social media, I don't do too much social media really. Instagram, again, I don't really post all that much, but that's the one I'm on the most. I don't really do Facebook much anymore. But all right, on to what really matters, your card. So the bottom of the deck, whoops, well, the fact that that came out too is significant. So there was some sort of major realization recently for you guys where you just either you got a wake-up call. Like I envision this card as like the universe or whatever you believe in. You know, in movies, they show someone who's hysterical and someone comes up and slaps them across the face and just, whack across the face and like snap out of it. Like, I feel like the Judgment card is that. It's like someone, like you're just, and not that you're hysterical, but you're just kind of off your path. You've just kind of strayed. And this card comes along and smacks you upside the head and goes, hey, snap out of it. And it really fits well with this Chariot card, which is like, get back on course. Okay, you're totally strayed off of course in some. And I remember tarot, and this happens to me. I get a reading or I read my own cards and I'm pretty much like, if I'm not careful, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my job, my house, and everything. Like, I think these readings are like, have huge impacts, but they're often much, much more subtle. So this could be something like, you really got off your exercise routine. You really let your house go to get messy, which is pretty much always my house. It doesn't seem like a Virgo thing to do, though. You guys are so organized. You really lost touch with someone that was really important to you. You haven't seen your family in a while. It doesn't have to be, but it could be. I mean, it could be something more significant, but it doesn't. I'm just saying that because sometimes I think it's hard to keep that in perspective. But I do see this a lot on a bigger scale in the sense that, and we don't even realize it because it's so big. I know I'm totally contradicting myself. Whatever comes to your mind. But for example, you go to college or you have this dream or vision of what you want to do. I kind of didn't, because what I wanted to do, we won't get into it, but either you didn't really know what you wanted to do, so you just sort of got a job at a bank and you worked there for a while and you became a customer service rep and then a manager, and here you are 10, 15 years later and you're like, well, I didn't go to college, or now I have 10 years of experience into this job. You feel trapped. You don't really feel like, but now I know I want to become a counselor or whatever, insert. And you feel, you just accept that this is how it is. This is where you are. This is, the kind of job I'm going to be able to have from here on out. Because you're like, I can't start over. I can't start from the beginning. I can't start a new career. But this is really saying, hey, you know what? Life's short. And if you've really now found your calling, I have a friend who was a equine surgeon, okay, no slouch, and after 10 years was like, it was literally sucking the life out of her, and she walked away, and she's trying to figure out her new path, and it was not just I give up. It was like I have to be honest that this was sucking the soul out of me and I had to make a change. Um, and it was really hard for her because society does, we don't, that's not okay. We don't, but you went to veterinary school, you've done, how could you do? It's like, well, so I think that's another reason why we stay stuck in these situations when we veered so far off course. So the chariot is like, okay, grab the reins. You can steer this chariot wherever you want it to go. So it's like a recalibration. It's like, let's get back on track or chart your new course. If once you got where you thought you wanted to go, it wasn't what you thought it was going to be, well then, okay, then that's okay. You can chart a new course. So I feel like there's a big course correction coming for you. I love this, this can say it's an explosive energy, but with that judgment card, for me, it's just like, well, I just got this, be careful not to blow up your life. Like sometimes I feel like instead of just saying, I'm not happy with this anymore, sometimes we subconsciously like create the situation and have things blow up instead of just going within and saying, hey, I'm not happy anymore, I'm going to make a change. We have to sort of have an excuse or a reason. I don't know if that makes sense. But this is like, go in, do some soul searching. What this light is like, you take all your experiences, all the teachings, what society tells you, like everything you've gathered over the years, and you say, okay, but what do I believe? What's most important to me? And sort of figuring out your own mission statement, your own code of conduct, your own what's important to you. And doing that can really help deal with that. I went to veterinary school and I can't possibly walk away. It's like, well, yeah, I guess society tells you that, but why can't you? You know what I mean? It's like, it just helps to put things in perspective. And it's like, I'm doing this because I have to live my authentic life. And that wasn't it. Some of you may be a little, but know that where you are, this is sort of me perpetually, but you maybe aren't 100. Well, I guess I do know what I want. Money's more the issue. But see, that's really an excuse because I know plenty of people who make it happen that have no more money than I do. So anyway, some of you may be making excuses and that's why that came up. But sometimes it is like this isn't working, but you're having trouble deciding. But I really feel like for some of you, it's art and something creative, writing. I feel like it's more you do know what you want, but you're not sure, again, society would accept it, or you're worried about what other people will think. But just think about the kid who everyone in their family is a lawyer, so she goes to law school because that's what was expected, and it's not what she wanted to do. You're responsible for your decisions. So even if you felt pressured, in the end, you're the one that has to live with those consequences, right? So live authentically, and obviously I'm not telling anyone, this card isn't like quit your job and move unless you can afford to do that. Then maybe that's what you want to do. But this is, okay, recalibrating, figuring out where you want to go, and then taking the steps to get there. But being in charge instead of just reacting like, oh, I need a job, so I'm going to get this job. It's not the job I'm interested in, but it's a job. And then you get complacent because you have a paycheck and it's exhausting and stressful and hard to go on job interviews and look for a job. And you don't really have much vacation time when you first start a job. So blah, blah. And then, okay, you're just like comfortably numb. And then, you get a promotion or a raise, and then you're really like, oh, now I'm making some money. Well, now I really, you know what I mean? Like getting sucked into that loop. So, and I just got sucked into a loop and I forgot where I was going. So let's end this video because I think you get it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of April. I'll see you at the May readings. Take care. Bye, Virgo.